Hello, Lisa Richard here with Loving Energy Recharge, coming in to do the weekly energetic forecast reading for the week of June the 6th going through to the 12th. This is a reading looking at the energy within each one of our 7 major chakras. We are using the beautiful Wisdom of the Oracle cards by Colette Baron-Reid this week, and going through and pulling a card to give us some guidance for each one of those 7 major chakras, looking at any blockages, looking at the energy that is residing down in that center, and taking a look at the collective energy that is out there. What is influencing us? What do we need to pay attention to? What do we need to do to walk forward into this energy for our highest good, in love, in light, and to be aware that it's not always us personally when we feel things at such a deep level, but it is more of a collective energy. The energy this week is feeling heavy. I have attempted to try to record this several times. It feels like there are some blockages in the throat. It feels like the messages don't want to come out, that there is some resistance to it. And what I am picking up on is there is a lot of heaviness out there in the world. There's a lot of energy that has been stirred up, a lot of past stories coming forward, a lot of fears, a lot of anxiety, a lot of suppression, a lot of those tendencies to repeat the old behaviors, the old patterns, the old mindsets. And I honestly just want to take the covers, throw them over my head, and go back to bed. But it is important to realize that this is old energy. This is not who you are today. This is not going to serve you in going forward. So we have a choice. Each and every one of us, every day, have a choice of how we are going to show up in the world. And not every day is easy. Not every day is full of joy. There are certainly times where you're going to feel the hardship. You're going to feel the energy. You're going to be extremely empathetic for other people. So it is important to realize that in your own energy systems, there is that need to make sure that you are taking the time to clear, you are taking the time to care for yourself, and you're taking the time to ask, is this mine or does it belong to another? So we're pulling cards for each one of those 7 chakras today. We are going to take a look at the blockages that may be residing in there, the deeper message from Source, God, the Creator, whatever it is to you. All belief systems are welcome in this space. What matters is that you take it into your heart, you take it in with an open mind, and you decide for yourself what feels right or what doesn't. So we're going to go ahead and pull those cards. I had one come out for the root already. Just going to take some time now to shuffle through to pull the remaining. And then we are going to dive right in to take a look at this week's energetic forecast reading. So stay tuned. Just got the sacral, looking for the solar plex. And I'm using the beautiful Wisdom of the Oracle cards. These are by Colette Baron-Reid this week. They felt the need to jump in and go right to that deeper wisdom, right to the higher perspective. Got the solar, looking now for the heart. Got the heart center, looking for the throat. And just taking that time to breathe through the energy, claiming back the space, claiming back the reminder that we are in this present moment, in this present time, and that the past is the past and the future is still in creation. So really connecting with the here and the now. Just got the throat, looking for the third eye. Got the third eye, looking for the crown. Got the crown, fighting through the heavy energy. Oh, we got a few there that came out for the crown. So I'm going to start by showing you the bottom of the deck. I like to say that this is the overall energy for the entire reading. And here we have the fates. Now, this one is coming to us in protection. And this one is such an important reminder because we have choices as humans. We can either live the fated life, meaning that we think that we have to be a certain way, we have to have a job, we have to have a family, we have to have a certain amount of education. But a fated life is really those things that are determined for you based on society, based on your upbringing, based on your belief system, based on all those expectations you have for yourself. On the flip side of that, we have the destined life. The destiny life is the one that is laid out for you in the stars, source, God, the universe, whatever that is to you, and it is allowing yourself to just go with the flow. It is destined. It is destined to be yours if you open up to receive it, if you choose to follow the path. The answers aren't always that obvious. It is a deeper knowing. It is something that comes from within inside. It is a call to stillness and a call to faith to allow things to unfold for you instead of following that fated path where it is step by step by step assured. This is the way it's always been. This is the way I'm always going to do it. This is the way that is for me. This is what it is. We want to move past it. We want to come into that protection of it to move towards the destined life, to allow ourselves to reach for the stars, reach up higher to see what else is there. What else can we do to get past these old stories, these old energies, these old patterns, these old belief systems? The ground has been stirred up with all of this past. But do we want to sit in the past, or do we want to take those lessons learned and move forward to become something better, to be a better version of us, to really help to raise the spirit and the energetic vibration of humanity? What do we want to do this week to help support us in becoming more in tune with just going with the flow, coming out of the fate and moving towards that beautiful destiny that is there for us? So that is the energy that we are going to bring in. We're going to set the intention here and now to open up the space to allow the messages to flow through, allow the things to be as they're meant to be, allowing ourselves to have an open heart, an open mind, and to just take things as they are, to open up the mindset, to expand the horizons, to see what else is possible when we can move self out of the way. So we're jumping right now down into the root center. We want to take a look at the connection to the earth itself. Those roots that are laying the foundation, that energy center that allows us to feel safe and secure. What is down there in terms of blockages? What is down there in terms of messages? What do we need to know to support us this week in moving towards our destiny and coming out of that fate? And here we have a card that wanted to be seen right side up, right off the get-go. This is a deeper knowing. This is trusting that there is something more out there for each and every one of us. That is the ability to reach for the stars, to dream higher, to know that we are not our ancestors. There is so much love and respect for all of the stories, all of the hardship, everything that they went through. We honor them, we celebrate them, but we are not them. It is time to take the wisdom from their stories and then to move past. How do we want to feed the next generations? How do we want to feed ourselves? How do we want to see this world grow and evolve and become a place of accepting, a place of allowing, of understanding, of compassion, of reaching out and helping our neighbors? How do we get to the place where we are not so stuck in being individuals, but we come together as a community, as a support network, as a team? What do we need to do to get into that higher wisdom, that knowing, that deep, deep feeling that there is just something more than this existence? So we're going to take that energy down from that root center. We're going to feed it up through this reading to support the other chakras with this energy. That is the energy of really wanting to rise up, to take that wisdom from the stories, to push it up further into the existence, to move it up towards that heart space, up towards the throat, up towards those areas where we can take action, we can manifest, we can change that reality. So we're going to take that energy and move up now into that sacral center. The sacral center is the womb of life. It is where we hold those emotional stories. It is where we can plant the seeds for a new tomorrow. It is where creativity starts to form. So taking that energy of that deep knowing, feeding it in with that creativity, feeding it in to honor those stories. What do we want to take out of that to then seed the future, to seed the potential of moving towards the destiny and away from a faded life of this is the way it's always been and this is the way it's always going to. We want to move past that. There is more to this existence. So down in that sacral center, we have message in a bottle. This is all about allowing yourself to be held, allowing yourself to come out of that emotional turbulence, to not get so stuck where you are drowning and you are not hearing the greater wisdom because you are so emotionally involved with the desired outcome. There is deep knowledge to be gained. There is a lot of wisdom out there to be sought, but you need to reach out to that higher self, to God, source, the universe, whatever it is to you. Allow yourself to be wrapped this week. Allow yourself to ride the storm. Become the observer and just be aware of everything that is going around you. Don't form an opinion. Don't get a mindset that is so stuck in its ways, but rather use it as an opportunity to just kind of safely ride through and pay attention to everything that is going on. Things that are going down underground with the stories that are emerging, things that are going up above, that are coming out there in the form of communication, in that awareness. We are still in that Mercury retrograde. Mercury is all about the energy of communication. We are also in Gemini. Gemini is the twins. It is seeing both sides. So allow yourself to see all emotions. Allow yourself to see all communications, but don't get involved with it. Become the observer, become the wise one, become the one that is going to stand above the energy and find a new way forward for the generations to come. There's some powerful energy in this reading. We're moving up now into that beautiful sacral center. This is taking that energy and moving it into that center of willpower. This is the fire from within. It is the gut feeling. It is what's going to help you to move towards those things that are right for you, or move you away from the things that you just know are not. It is not the mind playing tricks on you. It is the body telling you, listening to yourself, trusting that intuition, trusting that gut instinct, allowing yourself to go with the flow instead of being pushed into that mob mentality that perhaps is making you go into a direction that you just don't want to go there anymore. You don't want to keep living that old story. You don't want to keep doing that old behavior. You're wanting to find something new. So that energy in that sacral center is not for you. That mob mentality is not for you. That being made to decide right in this very moment to take action is not for you. You are giving yourself permission this week to just ride out the storm, to ride through the emotions, to not have to jump on a bandwagon until you know more. You're playing this chess game of life. You want to see both sides. You're not ready to make a move yet. And that is okay. This is an opportunity for you to honor that. To honor that deep in that root of you is a deeper knowing that there is more to come. There is more that is yet to be seen. There is more to be felt. You are moving past that faded life. You are moving towards one of destiny. You are taking control of the situation, and you are waiting until you have the clarity of thought, of body, mind, soul connection before you take that action. So this is your permission card. This is your acknowledgement that there is so much energy going out there right now this week. There is so much to do with that past history, the shaking up of the earth, the uncovering of secrets, all of this stuff coming forward that feels so heavy, so suppressive, but you are safe. You are safe to just ride it through. You are safe to wait. You are safe to pause. You are safe to reach out to that higher power to hold you, to create that space so that you can wait. You can wait for that deeper wisdom, that spiritual guidance, that ability to overcome and find a new move. The game of chess is over. The game of chess is old. It is time now for new strategies, new ways, compromises. Not the divide and conquer, compromising. Time to come together to create a new fortune. We're moving up now into that beautiful heart center. The heart is all about compassion, healing, love. It's that essence of really feeling the truth of the matter, of your value system, and of knowing and trusting what is right for you. So the energy in the heart is all about serendipity. Let things be the way they are meant to be. If your true essence is of joy and happiness, and you want to see a world that is beautiful and fun and playful, and that is what you want for the children, then that is what you need to create in your heart. That is what you need to keep your focus on. That becomes the energy of the future. Our thoughts become things. So do we want to stay in that suppression of feeling that we have to get into that emotional turmoil? Or do you want to sit in that heart center and allow yourself to rise above, to set those beautiful souls free? Again, this is all about honoring the ancestors, not sitting in their pain story, but rising into that deeper knowing that they are at peace. They are free from that suppression. They are free from that hurt. They are free from that burden. They are free to just be. So let us celebrate them. Let us celebrate us. Let us move towards a world that is more playful, more joyful, more uplifting, more light. I'm getting tongue-tied in this message, but it's all about just being imperfectly you, being okay to make mistakes, not criticizing, not looking for the fault, not looking to blame, not looking to shame, not trying to make somebody feel bad because you are hurting, but reaching out, lending a hand, and just moving with the energy, moving with the flow, allowing the destiny to come in and reaching for those stars, reaching up, knowing that we are all connected. We are all here to help each other. We are not here to become divided. We are not here to be pitted against each other. We are here to come together into a new fortune, a new reality, a new world where we can all rise above and beyond the pettiness and the little things that just don't matter, and start focusing on the bigger opportunities, the bigger blessings, all of those things out in the world that we want our children to enjoy, we want us to enjoy, we want to leave a legacy behind. What kind of legacy do you want to leave? Do you want to leave the one of doom and gloom, or do you want to leave the one that is going to lift up somebody else's heart, starting with yours first? We're moving that energy up now into the throat center. The throat is all about communication, and it is the center of manifestation. So when that energy comes up through the body and it reaches the place of the throat, it is the chance to pause before you speak, before you project the energy out there, before you jump into doing the action. So it is always so important to take that time to let the energy move through all of the chakra systems. All of the energy within the body tries to push out through the throat. If you push it out too quickly, if you are too reactive, that is where we get in those situations where we regret what we've said, we regret what we've done, we didn't have all the information, we're feeding a fear story, you're not riding above the storm, you're drowning in it. So taking that time to pause when that energy gets to the throat to determine, is this the right moment for me to jump forward with the message Am I speaking to an audience that wants to hear it? Am I engaging myself with the right people who are going to honor my heart space and allow me to feel that I have that ability to rise up, rise above, rise beyond this emotional chaos, to set things free, to be at peace? Or am I speaking and try to convince an audience that is not ready to listen? So taking that time to pause this week in your own throat center. So the card that we have here is poised. So it is just that ballerina, that dancer, whoever it is that is projecting on that platform there, it is poised, it is ready, it is elegant, it is graceful, it is waiting patiently to make its move. It is not going to be pushed towards doing something. It is not going to be thrown off balance. It is not going to jump into action until it is ready to gracefully move in the direction that it chooses. So this is all about you. Do not allow somebody else to push you, to sway your opinions, to sway your actions, to sway your mind. Don't make your move. Don't play your cards. Don't play that chess piece until you're good and ready to do so. You have every right to sit in your own energy, to get the clarity in your heart, to decide, what do I want to bring forward? How do I want to serve myself? How do I want to serve my children? How do I want to serve my community? What do I want to offer the world? And then when you are ready, when you are connected, when you know and trust in yourself that it is time, go ahead and make your move. Let everything blossom, let everything bloom, come out as your true self. Let it shine, own that platform, own that stage, just be you. Be your authentic self and just let that magic pour forward. We're moving up now into that third eye. That is all about that center of intuition. It is a higher knowing. It is seeing beyond the physical eyes and allowing the third eye to emerge forward, seeing things from multiple perspectives, seeing things from a deeper angle. You are paying more attention to the energies that are just beyond self. So it's also the awareness of how other people's energy is going to affect you, how the universal energy is also at play. And beyond that, we have even more and more energies and beings and things that we can't even possibly comprehend. The earth is such a tiny speck of sand in the beach of the universe's energy in itself. That has a hard one to explain. That didn't sound quite right. It is just this knowing that we are so tiny. We are so infinitely small, but yet we see ourselves as so big, and we always feel that everything is just about us. But it is not. And I encourage you to take some time, if you are watching this on YouTube, to go ahead afterwards and Google some information about the size of the earth. Watch some videos, get that awareness of how incredibly small we really are and how much all of that energy out there is playing, adding to the feelings, adding to that turbulence, adding to what is going on inside. It is an incredible new awareness when you can move past that feeling that everything is personal, everything is about us, because we all go there. It is so easy to take things in so deeply, especially if you are an empath. You feel everybody and you like to claim it as your own because it is so hard to distinguish what is mine and what is somebody else's. So the more that you can really pay attention to what a tiny role we play in this vast universe, the easier it is to move beyond that and to use that empathy in a way of service to you to increase that deeper knowing, to let yourself get really connected to the earth and your presence and your purpose here by understanding human behavior, the plants, the animals, the environment, how everything is connected, how everything flows, how everything goes through cycles. There's such an amazing opportunity there to increase one's knowledge when one takes the time to just explore and open up and start investigating those things that are of interest to you. So our card up in that third eye is between worlds. And this is just it. This is seeing so many different perspectives, knowing that it's not just about us. There is always another perspective. There is always another reason. You might be happy, and then all of a sudden a storm comes in and your mood shifts and you're wondering, where in the world did that come from? I was feeling so happy. Now I'm in tears. I'm riding this emotional wave. It's chaotic. Things are everywhere. So it's just trusting that there's so many other influences at play. Allowing yourself, this is the 3, to be of that mind, body, spirit connection. So taking that time, asking that deeper wisdom, that deeper knowing. What does my body need today? What do I need today? What do I need to do to be gentle on my thoughts, to remind myself that it's not all about me? What do I need to do to be gentle on my friends, on my neighbors, on everybody else, where my energy projects outwards too? So this is, again, our energetic field. Whatever we are feeling in the heart, if we are holding on to that peace, if we are holding on to that lightness, or if we are feeling the emotional turbulence, whatever's in this space goes out into our aura. That aura surrounds the body, and that is felt by everybody else out there. So when you are meeting others, when you are also out there, you are feeling their turbulence. They can have that mask on, pretending that everything is fine, but you're feeling this. You are feeling in your body that they are everything but fine. And that it is confusing, and you start to feel that that is all about you because the mask they are wearing is great. We can all become such experts in pretending that everything is okay and putting on this illusion for the world, making sure our Facebook profiles, those social media presences have everything that is positive and uplifting. Meanwhile, the state of the home, the state of the reality, the state of the job is in turmoil. It is not an accurate reflection. So let us be brave. Let us be brave enough to drop down those masks, drop down those walls, to admit that things are not always as good as they seem, and they're not always as bad as they seem, but that there is that ability to take a look at both perspectives, to take that time to pause before having to take any action, to allow yourself to just be in that state of stillness, of poise, of grace, of understanding, of accepting that there's just going to be so much energy this week as we are still in Gemini, as we are still in that Mercury retrograde, as we are still coming into balancing those emotional stories and having to ride through the storm. There is your stars. That is you reaching for the destiny of allowing. Just allowing, instead of riding the fated life and going through those old patterns and those old ways of coping that were not healthy for you, or they were just leading you down a place where you were mentally becoming stuck again, mentally criticizing yourself, taking on the blame, identifying with those emotions, those energies out in the world. So let us all move forward from that. Let us take the time this week to realize that there's so much more outside of us, to be nourishing, to be kind, to be gentle on self, knowing that we are going through the wave, others are going to go through the wave, and just allowing yourself to be poised. Allow yourself to be in that state of grace this week while you're riding through that storm. Our last cards now are up in that crown center. That is all about that higher self-wisdom. We have 2 cards that came in. I like to see the 2 as the partnership. So this is a partnership between you and your higher self. And whatever that higher self means to you, it is knowing and trusting that there is so much more than just this human physical body. We have a spirit that is expansive, it is unlimited, it has access to so much more than we can possibly imagine for ourselves. So the wisdom up there this week is all about being the observer, looking beyond the human, looking out to see what's happening out in the world, what is happening out in the weather, what is happening out in the universe, taking a look at everything that is involved before taking any action, before making any decisions, before jumping on any bandwagons, allowing yourself to take those pauses, be that clever fox. I saw this fox today. I looked out at the clouds and I was telling my husband earlier, I see a fox that looks exactly like a fox who is crouched and ready, observing, not jumping into the action, but really ready to respond if needed, but yet still in that state of poise, that state of waiting, because it wasn't quite ready to go forward yet. So take a look at everything around you. There's messages out there in the universe in all kinds of shapes and forms and ways. Trust in what you feel for yourself. Trust in how that universe is communicating to you. Start having some fun with that. That will really increase your connection, that relationship to the higher self. That will increase your trust within your own body, those feelings, those sensations, those deeper things that you can't explain because they have no proof, they have no logic. That is the destiny. That is the trusting in the higher self. The fates want fact. The fates are going to tell you that it has to be this way and you can only be that way. Destiny allows for anything that's possible. I don't know, I can't explain it, but I am trusting and I'm going to just see what the universe has in store for me. Our other card in there is never-ending story. So this is a reminder to get out of the headspace. Oftentimes we get so caught up in those stories of the past, those blame games, those guilt games, those lack of games, everything that mind, that head wants to tell us to keep us trapped and stuck. We want to try to rationalize everything. Everybody's asking for proof. They want to know why. When you tell them, no, I don't want to do something, why? Why not? Why can't you do that? Why are you being so ignorant? Why are you being so selfish? You don't owe anybody an explanation. Your no is your no. It is not for you. If your gut is telling you, if your energy is telling you, you don't have to know why. You can just trust that your body is telling you what is right for you. You don't have to give anybody else an explanation. It becomes that never-ending story because they're only wanting the answer that they want to hear for themselves. So you are sacrificing yourself. You are giving up on your heart space. You are giving up on your dreams. You are giving up on your ability to rise higher, to rise out of the storm, out of that turbulence by satisfying another person. So allow yourself that higher wisdom this week to really take the step back, be that observer, pay attention to everything that is going on out there. Pay attention to the energies. Allow yourself to see both sides constantly going back and forth. If you are a true empath and you're really feeling the waves right now, ride them out. Be super, super gentle with yourself, but let other people know I'm feeling on a deep level and I have to honor this right now. So I am a little bit off, but I'm going to do my best to stay within my space without trying to be perfect, but I'm going to wait and give myself permission before I make a decision, before I make a move, before I take any action. I'm going to allow myself to connect with the heart, to do whatever needs to be done to rise those spirits higher. Maybe it is some music, maybe it is some fresh air, maybe it is a book, maybe it's just reminding yourself through that visualization of all the beauty out in the world. All of those feelings, all of those moments of joy, all of the magic that is out there in nature, in the universe, in a child's laughter, in how a puppy plays or a kitten plays. There is so much beauty out there that we can focus on to allow ourselves to stay out of that emotional turbulence that's going on right now. All of those plays that are out there right now where everybody is trying to pit themselves against the other. They're trying to force you to take sides. Why can't we be blended? Why can't we come together, find a compromise? Why can't we acknowledge that we're all human? We may have different colors. We all bleed the same. We are all human. We are of one species. It is time to band together. It is time to find a new solution. It is time to go back down to those roots, to know that we can move past where we've been. We can inspire change so that our children and their children do not have to keep repeating the same stories over and over and over and over again. There is so much more out in the world for them. There is so much opportunity to live a destined life, to reach for the stars, and to let go of the same old pattern. That energy is suppressive. That energy is getting old. That energy is exhausting. That energy is full of pain and sadness. Let us put it to rest. Let us set our ancestors free to soar. They are at peace. That is what they want for us, is to acknowledge that they are at peace. So let us move up into that state of peace with them. Let us connect to their wisdom. Let us all find ways to compromise and to honor and to respect and to appreciate and to understand. So there is some tough energy out there this week, but you've got it. You've got all the ability inside of you to turn in and to ask, what do I need? What do I need in this moment to get through it? What do I need today to get through it? You don't have to look at the whole week in one picture. Take it a moment at a time. That's all you're asked. Take it a moment at a time. Reach out to somebody else. Let them know you care. Let them know you understand. Don't get caught up in the gossip. Don't get caught up in having to choose sides. Don't get caught up in a situation where you have to explain your no's or your yeses. Trust in what is right for you. I hope that brings you some peace this week, and I look forward to connecting again next week as we take a look at the universe's energy that is out there, and we take a look at clearing through the chakras to stay in balance for what is in your highest good. Much love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.